At the very beginning of chapter 1171, a secret surrounding the power of Im is revealed for the first time. With Harold's death, the deep-sea pact that had bound Harold and Im together is completely severed, as if its very intent had been forcibly erased from existence. The consequences are immediate and brutal, rippling straight to the place where Im hides in seclusion. The instant Harold dies, Im is struck by an overwhelming, violent pain. He clutches his chest tightly and collapses onto the floor, dropping to his knees, gasping for breath, his face clearly twisted in agony. It looks as though something invisible is tearing directly at his soul itself. In the suffocating silence, Im mutters in a hoarse, trembling voice, "Is this the power of D?" For the first time, Im feels fear so intense that his entire body begins to shake. Harold was meant to be invincible. With the royal seal power granted by Im and Harold's own immense strength combined, he should have been able to defeat any pirate in the world. And yet, the force that struck him down was not ordinary power. It was the immeasurable, terrifying power that dwells within D. Moments later, the five elders appear before Im and fall to their knees. They report everything that occurred in Elbaf and formally confirm Harold's death, bowing their heads deeply in apology. Lord Im, Harold is confirmed dead, and the chaos is spreading across all of Elbaf. However, this also presents an opportunity for us to seize full control. We propose dispatching another God's Knight to Elbaf at once. By eliminating the remaining obstacles and exploiting the confusion, we can bring the entire land under our rule. But Im cuts them off instantly, his cold gaze silencing the room. No, we cannot afford to lose another God's Knight. Each one that dies demands a price far too great for me to bear. His voice is calm but absolute. The world government will never again join hands with Elbaf. That land harbors the power of D. The scene shifts back to the present. Loki stands before everyone, having calmly finished recounting the full truth behind King Harold's death and the secret he himself has carried for so many years. As the story ends, Hyrudin bites his lip, unable to hold back the tears that quietly stream down his face. He lowers his head deeply and speaks to Loki in a trembling voice. "I'm sorry, Loki. I doubted you. I turned my back on the truth." Stepping forward, Hyrudin pulls a key from his waist and inserts it into the chains that have bound Loki for so long. With a heavy, echoing clank, one shackle after another falls away and crashes to the floor. Freed at last, Loki slowly rises to his feet. The crushing weight of years of confinement vanishes completely in that single moment. Hyrudin then tightens his expression, looks around, and shouts, "Move it! Elbaf is still in danger this very second. Everyone, we're heading back to the Sun World." Understanding the situation, Hyrudin, Loki, and the Straw Hats all rush toward the massive cable car leading back to the Sun World. Luffy turns toward Gaban, who is still badly wounded, and shouts, "You stay here! You're in no shape to go!" But Gaban grits his teeth and yells back, "I'm going too! My son Colin is in danger! I will save him no matter what!" Luffy hesitates for only a split second before making his decision. He shouts toward the cable car where Sanji already is. "Sanji, come back! Carry Gaban and bring him with us!" Sanji immediately responds, hoisting Gaban onto his back and loading him onto the cable car. Everyone prepares to return to the Sun World to save Elbaf. That is when it happens. From high above the treasure tree atom, a gigantic shadow plummets toward the ground. In the next instant, a monstrous being made entirely of bones crashes down near Loki, shattering the earth on impact. A Draugr. As its bones creak with an eerie grinding sound, the skeletal monster slowly stands up. Locking onto Loki, it lets out a low growl and charges at him. Loki does not retreat even a single step. He swings his massive hammer without hesitation, and with a thunderous impact, the Draugr is blown far away. Hyrudin shouts, "Loki, hurry! Get on the cable car!" But Loki, his back turned, quietly shakes his head. "Hyrudin, you all go on ahead." He plants his foot firmly into the ground and continues in a low, steady voice. "I can fly. This height is nothing. I'll deal with this Draugr first, then head to the Sun World on my own." Hearing this, Luffy's eyes widen and his jaw drops. Huh? Loki, you can fly? He spins toward Hiruden with excitement and grins. You go ahead. I'll ride on Loki's back and catch up later. Hiruden looks at Loki for a brief moment, then nods firmly. He boards the cable car with Sanji and Gaban, and they head back to the Sun World. Left behind are only Loki and Luffy. Luffy walks closer, then sits down on the ground at a safe distance, crossing his arms like a spectator, clearly planning to watch the fight to the end. Loki turns back, unable to hide his irritation, and yells, "Hey, Straw Hat, why are you still here? Get back to the Sun World." Luffy just grins and answers casually, "Nah, I'm waiting for you. We're going together to save Elbath." At that exact moment, the Draugr rises again. With a dry, rattling sound, scattered bones are pulled back together by an unnatural force. The skeleton rebuilds itself, becoming even larger than before, and charges Loki once more, cracking the earth with every step. Loki clicks his tongue and swings his hammer with full force. The impact is devastating, shattering the Draugr into countless pieces that are blown high into the air. But again, the bones begin to move, rolling across the ground and gathering together as if nothing happened. The Draugr stands once more, unfazed. Loki's eyes widen as he grits his teeth. So breaking its body is pointless, it just regenerates. Tightening his grip, he exhales deeply, his expression hardening with resolve. Then I'll show you the power of my devil fruit. He turns and shouts to Luffy, "Straw Hat, if you don't want to freeze solid, climb that tree right now." Instantly understanding, Luffy's eyes light up. "Oh, got it!" He leaps onto a nearby tree and leans out from a branch, watching intently. Loki stomps the ground and raises his hammer high above his head. The air rapidly grows colder, breath turning white. Niflheim. With a deafening roar, he slams the hammer into the earth. In that instant, an unimaginable blast of freezing energy erupts from the impact point. The ground freezes solid, rocks turn white with frost, and even the air itself seems to lose all sound. A vast frozen field spreads outward like a tidal wave, swallowing everything in sight. The temperature plummets to its limit, and the battlefield transforms into a world of deathly silence made of ice. With nowhere to escape, the Draugr is frozen in place, its final creaking echoing faintly before it becomes a complete ice statue, unable to move even a finger. Loki then brings his hammer down mercilessly. The frozen statue shatters instantly, the Draugr's body reduced to fragments. From the tree above, Luffy stares wide-eyed and blurts out, "Amazing!" Loki slowly turns and looks up at him. "Get ready, Straw Hat. There's no reason to stay here any longer." As he finishes speaking, enormous wings burst forth from Loki's back, tearing through his body as they spread wide. "I'll carry you through the sky. We're going to save Elbath."